Wisconsin, a place that I love, and we won the first time, and we actually won the second time. If you take a very close look, and we have a very close race if you want to know the truth. If you remember the Washington Post, ABC, they came out with a poll that I was 17 points down. That's called a suppression poll, because we actually were, even by their count, pretty close to even, and by the real count, we won very easily. So how do you come up with a poll 17 points down? But if you go back 4 years, they had the same poll. I was 17 points down, and we ended up winning. So all that is suppression by the fake news media, and it's suppression by big tech, and frankly, the Democrats, because the Democrats are their partner. But I love Wisconsin, I love the state, I love this country. In Wisconsin, as you know, you're building ships, big ones, big contracts, $3 billion because of me. I made sure it went to Wisconsin, and I'm very happy about it. And the people of Wisconsin are very happy. Mike, I want to thank you. You're a courageous patriot. And some of the people, you have my friends there, Diamond and Silk, we love Diamond and Silk. Charlie Kirk, Chris Cox, Bikers for Trump. I'll tell you, I didn't know Chris, but every time I went 4 years ago and more recently, thousands of bikers show up, and I felt extremely safe. They are great people. And Dinesh D'Souza, they treated him very badly. We gave him a pardon. They treated him very, very unfairly. He's a talented guy, a brilliant guy, and another brilliant guy, and a friend of mine is Sheriff Clark. I feel very, very comfortable around Sheriff Clark. Nothing gonna happen to me around Sheriff Clark. He's about law and order, and that's what we need. You know, we put out a statement just a little while ago. A lot of people are commenting. We do press releases now because we were banned from Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and others. They want to silence us, and the reason they want to silence us is because of the election. It's not because of other things, it's because of the election. Cancel culture, call it what you will. But the reason is because of the election, because they know the results, they know what really happened. That's why if you go to any place, you see the kind of fight that the Democrats put up. They don't want recounts, they don't want forensic audits in particular, they don't want it. But in Arizona, you have incredible people. Karen Fann, Senator, Sonny Borelli, Senator, so many others. These are incredible American patriots. And let's see what they do. That's their audit. It's not my audit. I have nothing to do with that. It's their audit. They have done an incredible job. They are really being pushed by the people of the state, because the people of the state don't understand the election. And that's a good thing to be doing what they're doing, because they have to understand the election. When they don't believe in the election, that's a very, very bad thing for our country and for democracy. And I just don't think people are going to let that happen. They want to know how the election turned out and why it turned out that way. And if there was cheating, if there was fraud, they want to know about that. But I just put out a statement, and I said, we were right, listen to this, on the hydroxychloroquine, and it works. You saw the reports just came out. The virus came from the Chinese lab, the China virus. Hunter Biden's laptop was real. They tried to say, well, it was made by Russia. Hunter Biden's laptop was real. Lafayette Square was not cleared for a photo op. That just came out, and I want to thank the Inspector General for having the courage to come out with the truth. They were saying Lafayette Square was a big deal. By the way, they tried to burn down, these insurrectionists, they tried to burn down the church, which was built at the same time as the White House, and they almost got it. Interestingly, they did fireproofing work a week before. If they didn't do that fire, it was luck. Or maybe it was from God. If they didn't do that fireproofing work, the church would have been burned down. The Russian bounty story was a fake. Remember that? The Russian bounty. It was a total fake. We did not produce, and think of this, the vaccines, all of the vaccines we're saving. Frankly, I believe in freedom. You have to make your own choice. But the vaccines are saving not only the country, they're saving the world. This would be another 1917, where you lost almost 100 million people with the Spanish flu. So the vaccines, that we did it in less than 9 months. Everybody said it was going to take 3, 4. Dr. Fauci, your favorite person, said it would take 3, 4, 5 years. Don't even do it because it's going to take so long. The FDA does not like me very much, that I can tell you. They don't like me even a little bit, because I pushed them like they've never been pushed. It was supposed to take 3 to 5 years. I got it done in less than 9 months. So the vaccine's big deal. That's a really big deal. And then we bought billions of dollars before we knew it even worked. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had the vaccine till October of this year. So nobody, all of the people that have been able to get their shots, nobody would have had it yet. But remember, it's also about freedom, so it's your choice. Blue state lockdowns didn't work. They were a disaster. You look at New York, you look at California, you look at Illinois, you look at the blue states run by governors of a certain party called the Democrat Party. They didn't work. They were a disaster. And then you look at Texas and Florida and all of our great representatives and governors that have done such a great job. The schools have to be opened. We've been saying that for a year. Open up the schools. And our border security programs were vitally important and successful. All Biden had to do, all he had to do is just leave it alone. So we went from the most successful, the safest border in the history of our country, think of that, to the worst and most dangerous border. And it's not just people coming in. Frankly, in many ways, that's the least of it. Drugs are flowing in at a point that we've never seen before, levels that we've never seen before. If you look at the human trafficking, mostly trafficking, unfortunately, mostly trafficking in women. Nobody's ever seen numbers like this. These are killers, these are thugs, these are people that are being released from the jails of other countries. I stop payment to those other countries. I get along very well with the heads of those countries. I stopped payment to those countries, and they accepted all of their MS-13 people back. They were not taking it back for a long time. And I said, well, how much do we pay? And they said, we pay them $500 million a year. I said, stop payment immediately. The next day I was called by the heads of those countries saying we would be honored to take MS-13 back into our country. It would be a great honor. So, you know, what we've done is incredible. What we've done in terms of the border, in terms of rebuilding our military, so many other things. Right to try, as an example, right to try. For 44 years they've been trying to get it approved. That's where somebody's terminally ill, and we won't let them use a very promising medicine. So we've done all of these things, but illegal border crossings, look at what's happening to our country now. Illegal border crossings are up more than 1,400%. That's 1,400% and getting much worse. And this is only the people that we capture. And then they release them, of course, because we had a policy, stay in Mexico. You have to stay in Mexico. We won that in the courts, and we won it with Mexico. And we get along great with Mexico and the president. He's a terrific guy. It's no good for him either. It's no good because people are coming in from all over the world, not just from Latin America, South America. They're coming in from all sorts of countries, including the Middle East. So we have people coming in. I just saw a report where Sweden is doing very bad on crime. Germany is doing very bad on crime. These used to be the safest countries in Europe, and now they're becoming very unsafe. One of the most unsafe countries is Sweden. You know why? They're letting in people into their country that are causing tremendous disruption. Well, we're letting in people at a level that Sweden never even could imagine. So people are just flowing across our borders. We had it stopped. We built almost 500 miles of border wall, and it would have been finished in 4 weeks. And then Biden decided to stop it. So now we have openings, and now I understand they want to stop it, but they're having a hard time with the contractors. I know contractors better than anyone. They're very brilliant. They may not read or write in some cases, but you know what? They're smarter than the rest. They're smarter. So I just want to thank everybody. I'm apologetic because gas prices have skyrocketed. If you look at your gasoline prices, when I left it was $1.87 a gallon. And now it's way over $3 in many cases. And by the way, I hate to say it, but it's going up and really going up. The Keystone Pipeline, 48,000 people. The real number is 48,000 people out of work almost immediately. Now, Biden never said that during the campaign. I told you he would do that, but he never said that during the campaign. So the Keystone Pipeline, a disaster, and yet he allows Russia, I stopped the Russia pipeline, probably the biggest pipeline in the world, going into Germany and other countries in Europe. It was stopped. He approved it, and he let it be built. So he let them have a pipeline in Europe by Russia, but he doesn't let us have the Keystone XL pipeline, and all of those people are out of work. And the union heads, believe it or not, they supported Joe Biden. They ought to get rid of those union heads right now. I will tell you, the workers supported me, but they supported Joe Biden. You look at so many other things like China and the China virus. They have to pay reparations. We've been hurt so badly in terms of death, human life, and in terms of monetarily, to a level that they have to pay us. And frankly, if they paid us $10 trillion, that wouldn't cover it. But they really have to pay the world, because this has started in the world. The entire world has been not only disrupted, but it's almost been destroyed. And we're doing well because we built such a great economic foundation. We created the most jobs of any president ever. We had 160 million people working. We were never close. And then we got hit by the pandemic. And like every other country, we had some very tense moments, but we did an incredible job. But because the foundation was so strong, we're back now far better than any other country. They used to say, oh, but look how well India's doing. Well, India's been hit harder than anybody now, but they used to use that as an excuse. They used to use other countries as an excuse about how well they're doing, but now they're doing unbelievably badly, and we're doing great as a country, especially those areas, and in particular areas run like Florida, Ron DeSantis, and Texas, Greg Abbott, and other places. If you look at the places run by Republicans, they're doing unbelievable. So we really built it back twice. We built it back the first time. We were stronger than ever before. And then we had the pandemic. We did an incredible job. We came up with a vaccine early. We gave shots much earlier than anybody thought possible. 9 months, less than 9 months we did this. It was going to take 4, 5, 6 years. Some people thought it would never happen, but we did it, and we're very proud of it. And honestly, we've saved our country. We've saved the world. What we've done for the world will be written about later on. Maybe not right now because they don't want to give us credit, but it'll be written about. And again, I want to thank everybody that's there. You are incredible, incredible people. The election was rigged. The election was rigged like never before. We got them by surprise 4 years ago, and then we got 12 million more votes. Think of it. We went from 63 million votes, and we won, to 75 million people, and they say we lost, but we didn't lose. 75 million votes, they say that we lost. Now, I was told by John McLaughlin, who's considered just about the best pollster, I would say the best pollster. There's a few of them out there, Towery. There are a few of them out there that are great. Sir, you got 63 million. If you can go up to 65, you can't lose the election. Well, you know what happened? We went up to 75, and they say we lost the election. If you win Miami, if you win Florida, if you take out and win, and we won by a lot, Florida and Ohio, and then you add Iowa, nobody's ever won those states and lost. But we won those states in virtual landslides, and they have us losing. And there are so many. We held every state house. We held Congress. You know, we were supposed to lose 25 seats, and we ended up gaining 16 in the House of Representatives. And it wasn't for me. Right now, the Senate would be 60-40 against, because I made teleconference calls, they call them town hall calls, speaking to tens of thousands of people for congressional candidates and senators, and we would right now be at 60-40 against instead of 50-50. And unfortunately, Mitch McConnell, with what he was doing, hurt us very, very badly in Georgia. We lost those 2 seats. We should have never lost those 2 seats, but we did. But we also lost them for other reasons. I'm not sure that no matter what you did, you could have won. They signed a consent decree in Georgia that was so bad, it basically was a decree that said Republicans aren't going to win. They should have never been allowed to sign it. Regardless, again, I want to thank Mike as being a true patriot. I want to thank people like Rudy Giuliani, who was out there fighting, and they're after him, and they want to take him down. They want to take him
us all down. There's never been a time like this. There's never been. It's weaponized. It's weaponized. And the Republicans were very nice. Our people were very, very nice and very, very respectful. And I said this would happen. But Rudy is a great patriot. He was the greatest mayor in the history of New York and a great, great patriot. And what he's done and what Mike has done and what so many other people have done, these are incredible heroes. And they're going to go down as heroes someday, and I think it's someday in the not too distant future. So I look forward to being with you. Mike, congratulations on this unbelievable crowd. That crowd is incredible. When you set that up so quickly, and look at the number of people that showed up, and that'll happen all over the country, because it's all over the country. People want to know what happened, and I want to know what happened, because that was an election that was won by us easily. It was won easily. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Thank you, Mike. Keep it going, Mike. You're a fighter and you're a winner. Thank you all very much. I love you all.